I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. As y'all can see, my boy Davey Dollar's not here right now. We're going to hold it down for him. We got CTC's finest, all right? Carl filling in for him. Y'all just saw him Tuesday, dropping knowledge, all right? So he's here today again. And he just dropped the episode. Exactly. And he just dropped the episode at 5 p.m. So make sure y'all go check it out. I also got my boy missing your done son, Tomo. How are y'all doing, fellas? I know Tomo got a big game. Both of y'all got big games this weekend.
I think that's probably why we got the hoodies on, man. You know, they say hungry dogs run faster, man. So, you know, I'm just over here getting prepared. What's going on, Carl?
Hey, Tomo got 2 big games. Penn State, Maryland this weekend. And Maryland. So that's a big game. Because y'all not bowl eligible yet, big dog. Y'all still need one more win.
They better not wet the bed like they did the last 2 weeks, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
But I'm doing good, man.
We getting out there get man. Dave said, "Have a great show, fellas." Hashtag bye week Dave. Hashtag dummy bros. What up, dummy? Hashtag Dave Doghouse. Hashtag R2L. You forgot one though, Dave. Hashtag
Turn me up.
My bad, Carl. I know I kind of cut you off with the hold up. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say, man, just I'm doing good. I'm ready to get the show going. I'm ready for tonight's game. I'm not gonna say too much, but we got a division rival playing tonight.
There it is. All right. And Kevo, you right. Yeah. Oh yes.
No, that Tuesday.
He forgot.
That members only that Vaughn and Carl did the other day. Yeah, good job, Carl. Carl, I'm gonna have do the video out there for him. All right,
appreciate
but
3 shows straight that day.
And Kevo, you're right. This man took a personal bye week, like literally. All right, he took a personal bye week. So wow, this man, you need to take more bye weeks, eh?
Hey, look.
I got you, Tom. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, they've been losing since they beat us, so I'm straight. Shout out to Dave with the $9.99 super chat. Bang bang Nana gang. Hashtag
Turn me up.
They got Chase Young now, so we gonna see.
Chase Young, my dog. I'm rooting for you, except when we play, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get this show on the road. So look, we got a lot to talk about. We gotta talk about Josh McDaniels, the Raiders. All right. We got to talk about the Lakers and the Clippers last night. It was heated in the chat last night. You aren't part of these chats. We got to talk about Tomo's guys, Cowboys versus the Eagles. And we got to talk about division rival Bengals and Bills. All right. So before we do that, make sure y'all like this video on 3 platforms because we are streaming on 3 platforms: X, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure y'all like it on all 3 platforms. Share the video on all 3 platforms. Also, subscribe and follow if you haven't. I just checked before the show. We got 964 followers. I'm like, okay, got 9 followers. Right? I don't know what happened. All right, so we got to keep it going. So we getting closer and closer. And Tom, I know you got the list in front of you. I know we haven't been doing this, right? But just in the beginning, man, let's talk about like the membership if you can. Like just quickly go over the fast as you can.
Oh, that's easy. We got the All-Star membership, we got the Superstar, and we got the Pro level. The Pro level for $2.99, you get the loyalty badge next to your name, you get the priority comments, and you get to join one chat. With the All-Star for $4.99, you get the member-only videos, you get to join multiple chats, and you get to request a topic or segment nominee. But now the segments kind of have broken out into their own shows. So now for $4.99, you may even get like more time on Dave's Doghouse, or the Joe Jordan Show may even give you just a quick little shout out. I know that's the personal thing, Joe, but you never know. Members, Superstar, you get the refuse to lose chat. That's where it all goes down. You get to be a guest on the show. Awards and plaques. Y'all seen all the awards go out. We give out real awards, so y'all can't be like no paper mache over here. Okay, it's not like the Eagles ring. And then you get member shout outs. And we just want to say shout out to all the members. You know, we got Jerry, Donnell, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Vaughn, Coach. I'm missing somebody. Don't tell me I'm missing somebody.
I think you good. If we are, then we'll follow on the back end. we'll double check that list. Yeah,
man, my English teacher would be happy.
Man, the Tasmanian Devil, man, you was going real fast. But look though, also use that comment section. We can see all the comments that we'll be putting down throughout the show. You know, a super chat, it goes to priority line, goes to the front, hold up, and we'll throw on the screen and stop what we're doing and read the super chat. All right, but all super chats are welcome. We appreciate it. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours.
Do we really want to talk about this guy? Like, we have to, because you know sports out there. But the first segment, you know, basically when you go out of Vegas, you know, you're going out there. Some people go out there to gamble. Some people go out there to ride dirt bikes. Some people go out there for helicopter rides, or some people just go for walking. Because when you're in Vegas, all you can do is really walk, drink, and gamble. And if you're into some extracurricular activities, it's a family show. Tune into members only, and I'll tell you more about that. You know, Oreos. That's all I'm gonna say if you watch that Sunday show. But the Vegas Raiders, all out of chips. They put all their chips in on the wrong coach. Here we go again. Yet again, another coach from the Oakland Raiders has been exited out of the front door. Not even just the coach. They told the GM, you can go too. Probably because he didn't trade none of the players when he's supposed to. But they said, you can go too. You ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. So let me name some of these coaches right quick. I'm not going to name all of them because they had a lot. So I'm going to just start off with some names like Lane Kiffin, Tom Cable, Hugh Jackson, Dennis Allen, Tony Sperano, Jack Del Rio.
Oh, yeah. He did good.
John Gruden, and now Josh McDaniels. So was it the right move to fire Josh McDaniels mid-season? Carl?
I forgot Lane Kiffin was the coach for them boys. He's been in college so long. But, yeah, absolutely. Offense was
and every time Carl talk.
Hey, he turned up. Dave with the 199 super chat. One ring bandits. Hashtag Philly ties.
Dang. One ring, that's it. Go ahead, Carl.
So what I was saying was the offense was underperforming, especially when you got a guy like Devontae Adams. For him to only have one catch, 11 yards in the game, well, against the Lions, honestly, terrible. Devontae Adams never got off the ground, and I think that's large part and due to this offense that Josh McDaniels had tried to employ. Also, I find it funny how when asked why he hasn't started Aiden O'Connell, he said this isn't preseason. And now you out of there, my boy. So don't disrespect a guy like that, my boy. Don't disrespect one of the quarterbacks I love. You get canned. But yeah, to be honest, he didn't do what he was brought there to do. So get him out of here. I've seen coaches get fired for less. I've seen coaches get fired in less time. Vegas had higher aspirations. He did not match those aspirations, so he got canned.
Man, Joe.
Whoever came up with this question, I'm sorry. Something must be wrong with their head. I mean, why are we asking this question? But yeah, it was the right move. Man, this dude right here. First of all, 4 seasons of head coach, 3.5, I should say. The dude was 20 and 33. But we all know he was cheating. All right. So you take away the time he was cheating, he's 12 and 33. Ridiculous. All right. Ridiculous. In my DeMarcus Cousins voice. So he's not a winner. How you told me, Carl and Tomo, what if you told me this? I'm going to take the guy who was an offensive coordinator for Tom Brady. I'm gonna bring him to this team who made the playoffs, but they had a leading rusher. They had a guy who had 1,000 receptions, 1,000 yards. They had one of the best tight ends in the league, and they added probably arguably the best receiver in the league. You probably told me they're gonna break the record this year.
MVP.
Something.
Right? Right. Some people would call it Derek Carr MVP. They were so excited. And what happened? I mean, this dude literally told Derek Carr to go home. Man, you know what? We don't need you no more. The guy, your best player, Devontae Adams, left to come here because of your boy, and you told him to go home? What you think gonna happen? So, yes, it was the right move. I'm glad the Raiders didn't wait to the end of the season. I hate when coaches do that. I mean, if there's problems right now and you know you're going to cut bait, just do it now. Let's cut it right now. Bring the interim coach in there. New energy around. Y'all know how it is. Whenever it's a new leader, when things are bad, they could be a bad one, but it's a new one, you're more excited. You come out with more fire. Look at Jeff Saturday. He came out and Jeff Saturday came off the street and they won their first game. They took Philly to the wire. So I thought it was a good move. And yes, it was the right one.
Man, Jeff Saturday. What is Jeff Saturday doing now?
Back on ESPN.
Oh man, that's crazy. He was like, "Look, I'm gonna go do this for a minute, and then I'm gonna bounce right back if they don't have me." Like, I need friends like that. Actually, I do have friends like that. I'm doing a show. Look at that. But speaking of friends like that, the GM for the Raiders. I know it's a family around business, but like, come on, man. Come on. Like, honestly, I don't think John Gruden gets fired without that scandal happening. So I think he's still there. But all of the coaches that were out there in 2022, when you had the option to sign them, you went and got Josh McDaniels, the same guy that picked up with the coach and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there." And then right around the first day, he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be there no more." Like, he turned his back on the whole franchise. The same guy that got his players on shows talking about some, man, when we was winning, I thought we was good. And come to find out, like Joe said, we was cheating. And then after they found out they was cheating, they started losing. So it's like, man, can we bring the cheating back? You are in Vegas. I mean, there's a lot of rigged sports in Vegas. So you would have thought he would have brought some of that over there. Like, come on, help us win some games. You got Devontae Adams, so you could find a way to finesse a catch here and there from a ref. But he wasn't able to do it. Talking about Jimmy G. Like, Derek Carr is better than Jimmy G at times. Derek Carr is best friends with Devontae Adams. You could have made it work. You had Tom Brady up in they turned up. What we got here?
Got a war in the comments. Oh, never mind. God, he got you in there too. Go ahead.
Okay, so shout out to Kevo with the $4.99.
I thought you said, okay, gotcha.
Shout out to Kevo with the $4.99 super chat. How many years fall between 95 and 96 in 2017? Why you just ain't ask for like 96? Why you just ain't go there? But anyway, hashtag Niner ties, hashtag Cowgirl ties, hashtag Philly ties. Give me 2 decades. Hashtag what have you done for me lately? Beat y'all every time we see you in the regular season. But back to what I was saying, right? Back to what I was saying. Yeah, no, it was the right thing to do. Honestly, I don't even know why we asking should they fire them mid-season. We should have said, why did they hire him in the first place? Like, they just wasted their time, honestly. They could have stolen Kellen Moore from the Cowboys. They could have took Raheem Morrison. There's so many coaches that deserve a second shot. Or that deserve either their second shot or their first shot, and you give it to a guy who failed in 2 places. So,
hey, Tomo, would you say that Josh McDaniels would be the type for in Vegas getting caught for counting cards?
Yeah.
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 And bringing loaded dice to the table.
And you know, crazy. Remember, he got offered a coach job. He accepted it, and then he sent the facts and said, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay."
That's what Tomo referenced.
Yeah. You did that. Yeah. So like,
and the other reference was DJ Williams, when Broncos linebacker.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That's the right decision. But I agree with Tomo. They shouldn't have hired him.
Nah, they shouldn't have. Now, honestly, he can go back to, and that's the thing that gets me too, is because you fired him now, and he can go back to New England and just be the quarterback coach or the offensive coordinator. Like, he just has somewhere else to go, and then this will probably start all over again.
So then that begs the question: what would they do with Bill O'Brien?
We'll bring Teddy.
He going back to Alabama?
Nah, he can't. He can't go back. I don't know if he's welcome back.
Man, Well, let us know how you feel in the comments because technically I think we all gonna be on the same page. He should never get hired. Now Devontae Adams, we'll see what happens with that offense. What's the interim head coach? Is Antonio Pierce, right?
Antonio Pierce.
From
He
the
was
Giants.
actually a coach at Arizona State before that scandal happened. If you know, you know. But yeah, he wasn't the head coach. He was like a linebacker. I think he was a defensive coordinator for, I believe, Marvin Lewis. Not Marvin Lewis. Not Tony Dungy. Herman Edwards. Herman Edwards was the coach at the time.
Oh yeah,
And
he was.
he is a minority. For those who didn't know, it's a black man.
So hopefully he can actually keep the job because what was it, Rich Bisaccia? Rich, how you say his last name?
He
They
did a
should
good
have
job.
just hired him.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He definitely did. Almost took the Chargers out, but let's talk about some more AFC.
Well, he did take him out.
He did.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's because he didn't go for. See what I'm saying? They're just hiring coaches. Chargers, you could never mind. Let's talk about two great quarterbacks right now. See what I did there, Joe? Two great quarterbacks. Who needs this game more? The Bills or the Bengals? You know they play on Sunday. They played in the playoffs. Let me see how that ended. Joe, who needs this game more?
Two great quarterbacks. Okay, tell me you getting better, man. You coming around the corner. Okay, I see. I'm wondering what Carr gonna say though.
We are so misunderstood, by the way, fellas. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, you are here with two FJA members, the founder and the co-founder. You better trade lightly, Joe.
Picket fences. I got picket axes on it. But the Bengals need this one more. They need to win more. I mean, number one, the Bills have 5 wins. They got 4. That's right there. That's number one. Number two, the Bengals are at home. Got a home field advantage. Number 3, the Bengals are at the bottom of the division, sitting at 0-2 in the division also, while the Bills are second in the division, sitting at 1-2, and their only win is to the Dolphins, the guys who leading the division. So far, they got that tiebreaker with the Dolphins. And number 4, the Bengals literally lost to every AFC team they played so far. They lost to the Browns. They lost to the Ravens. They lost to the Titans. But they beat up Seattle. They beat up the Rams. They beat up the 49ers, the Cardinals. I mean, you put them in the NFC West, every game, they might go undefeated. I mean, that's the only team they beat so far in the NFC West. So I think the Bengals need to win more. I'm leaning towards, we're going to make our picks maybe Sunday morning, all right, on the game show, but I'm leaning towards the Bengals to win this game, though. So, yeah, the Bengals.
For me, I like what you did there, Joe, because the Bengals do need this game a little bit more, but technically the records are almost similar, like 5-3, 4-3, you know, bye weeks, things like that happen. And you know I'm going with this, and this is no FJA motive behind it, but the Bills need this game more for one reason. They got smoked by this team in the playoffs at home in the snow when we drafted our quarterback to play in the snow. That's one, you know, that psyche thing. And for me, I still think there's something there with this Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen saga. Everyone may say I'm crazy, but there's always something lingering, you know, like those couples when they go to marriage counseling. It's a show on Showtime actually called Marriage Counseling. Like, and I watch it and everyone say, oh, no, we're doing good. We're doing great. And then you sit down with a counselor and you start unpacking things. And it's just like, well, I really don't like when you chew, you know, because sometimes you chew your gum too loud and it gets to popping and it's annoying. But technically, when you throw me the ball and I'm actually catching touchdowns, I'm okay. When we're running the ball and we're winning games, I'm okay. But when you're throwing interceptions and fumbling the game away, I have a problem with you right now. So it's one of those things. And with the Bengals, they're still just like getting their footing together, no pun intended, because you know with Burrow and his injury. So they're like, all right, if we go up here, we win this, then we're already on the right track. We're coming off a big win. You know, Jamar Chase came out and said, I'm always open. That was the one wide receiver who screamed, I'm always open, and no one really took heed to it. They were just like, oh, he's always open, and just let it go. Meanwhile, everyone else's wide receiver said it, and it was an immediate run for like 6 weeks, CD. So for me, I think the Bills need this just more so for a psyche standpoint. Carl?
My answer, the Bengals. I don't know what Kev's talking about in the comments, but the Bengals. The Bengals are in the loaded AFC North. If they lose this game and go 4-4, they, like Joe said, 0-2, bottom of the division, will have a long climb up to try to get to either us, Browns, or the Steelers. Ravens currently sit at top 6-2, 2-1 in the division. So they have to win this game to keep pace. Now, like Joe said, the Bills are second in the division, have the win against the Dolphins. They're able to keep pace even with the loss. They do play the Dolphins again, so they have that chance to win again. So, yeah, the Bengals do need this win. I do think also the Bengals will win. I don't know if we're supposed to say that or not, because if we remember, before the terrible, tragic DeMar Hamlin incident, the Bengals went down and scored very easily. Then they got to stop. They were not. The game never got that.
They were about to score, right?
Yeah.
When they about to score, yeah.
They were moving down to score again, and then the tragic incident happened. So they, I think they do win, but I definitely for sure think the Bengals need this more than the Bills.
Okay.
Now, to piggyback what you said, Tom, I was gonna mention that because you said that the Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, ain't nobody make a big deal out of Jamar Chase in the locker room saying I'm always open. Imagine Stephon Diggs said that. If Stephon Diggs said that, it would have been like the whole media would have took that and ran with it. But you know, he threw in the ball, and Stephon Diggs get the most targets for real. I haven't checked the numbers, but I'm like, he probably got the most targets in the NFL right now. So, but what?
I don't know. It might be a close between the two receivers that they got saying who's the best right now. It might be tough between Tyreek, AJ, and Stephon. It might be those three. They might be.
Stephon, I know in the last like 4 years, Stephon been top tier in targets. Top tier. Like since he's been a Bengal for real. Like he's either leading the league or he's top 3, something like that.
Josh
But
Allen ain't done.
so
Because Josh Allen did what?
He ain't done.
I mean, he got guilty best receiver. So, but I guess you talking about they did beat him in the playoffs and all that. We got Psyche. I mean, the Bengals also beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. They beat the Chiefs in the regular season, and Chiefs turn around and beat them. I know he ain't Patrick Mahomes, and I understand that, you know. But for the Psyche, I get it. But I mean, we still early in the season. Still, we halfway point. Like this game ain't gonna matter by the time the playoffs come.
It might.
I think it might because the AFC.
This not. I'm not talking about with the seeding. I'm talking about like.
Oh, you talking about the
we
Psyche
lost
part
to
of
him.
it. I got
We
you.
lost to him in week 9. You
Got
know.
you.
Yeah. So.
Well, long as they don't come out and do what the Cowboys did a few weeks ago, you know, I mean, when Trayvon Diggs got hurt, they said the Cardinals, we're going to dedicate this Cardinal game to our brother, and they lost. And now, you know, the DeMar Hamlin situation. Don't come out here and be like, we got this one for DeMar, and then y'all lose. It's just going to add more, just like the Buffalo snow, man. It's going to be like 4 feet of snow now on y'all back. Y'all got to find a way to dig out of that.
Yeah, they wasn't like I know that team wasn't the same after that happened. They didn't look good ever since that injury last year.
Yeah, no. With something like that though, I don't think you're just gonna bounce back anyway. Because that was like literally he died on the field and came back.
Yeah, crazy.
That was scary.
Yeah,
but
I was just confused because KF said he was trolling Dave, but he said the Bengals don't need it because they're gonna win next week, and the Bengals play the
Texans. Then they play y'all. I thought they trolling y'all. I'm about to say
you trolling us too. That's why if you look, I looked on the screen and trying to find the Bengals schedule real quick. I'm like, hold on, he think that's an easy dub against us?
I don't know, man. Like the league need
to point out this guy. You good?
Y'all sneaking under the radar though, Carl. You like in a good position right now because y'all playing some of y'all best football, and everyone's still like, are you getting your money's worth? So if I'm you, I'm loving what's going on in Baltimore.
See, the crazy thing is, I still don't think it's our best football. I don't.
Either way, y'all out there killing teams. Look what the Lions just did after that loss. They bounced back.
Hey,
y'all got to see all this week. That's gonna be
I know, man. Battle of my favorite team and the team where I was born at. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
And they got Leonard. Oh yeah, this gonna be a good one. This gonna be a good one. Speaking of, we talking about mental psyches and then teams just holding records over others, right? You know, we gotta have a little barbershop talk right quick. You know, we gotta talk about the Clippers and the Lakers. Finally, the Lakers win over the Clippers. Is it a big deal or a little deal? I'm gonna say this: it's a big deal. It's a big deal to the Lakers because to live and die in LA, what a place to be. You got to be there to know it. Because the Clippers leaving Staples at some point. They getting their own arena. They going down to Compton. They about to turn up. They just got James Harden. So they said, we really about to turn up. We got Russ hitting threes in LeBron James' face. Kawhi Leonard dunking, falling on his back and getting right back up. Scared me for a second. Then we also got Paul George out there doing his thing. Already on that. And think about this too. 11-game win streak the Clippers got over the Lakers. 11 games. You talking about you got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Clippers got this type of record over you. That's really like your little brother just clipping you up the stairs every time y'all get in trouble. That's exactly what happened. And if you watch this game in the beginning, it didn't look like the Lakers had a chance at all. And for them to storm back and win the game the way they did, to me, is a big deal because now they know that they can band together as brothers and win tough games. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about this, Carl. Is this a big deal or a little deal?
It's not a big deal at all. Now, hey, if you don't have championship aspirations, huge deal. Have at it. But for a team that has championship aspirations, this is not a big deal. I mean, you on an 11-game losing streak against the Clippers, but if my memory serves correct, you've been further than the Clippers every year. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, moral victory, but moral victory doesn't get you anything in sports. Again, like if you make that a big deal, you sound like a Pistons fan when I'm happy that we beat the Bulls off a 16-game losing streak. You know why I'm so happy about that? Because I don't expect a championship from the Pistons. So I need moral victories because that's all I'm going to get. But you're a Lakers fan. If you're a Lakers fan, you're expecting big things. You're expecting AD, LeBron, finals appearance. You're expecting not to get swept. You're expecting larger things than just a regular season win. It's it's day 9 of the NBA season. It's not a big deal. It's not going to matter down the line. It's just not a big deal to me.
Mm-hmm. I think it is a big deal, Carl. I think it is. All right. Number one, like you said, 11-game losing streak. That psyche. Now the psyche equates to this question right here. Like the psyche is good for this one. All right. This is the other LA team in the basement. That's what they call them, right? In the basement on an 11-game win streak. Your only win this year was against the Orlando Magic, who are, promising. They're not a contender. Against Bookerless and the Bradley Beal-less Suns, who the Suns had to lead most of the whole game. And the two good teams you actually played, you lost to. You lost to the Kings when De'Aaron Fox got hurt in the fourth quarter. Still beat y'all. All right. Lost to the Denver Nuggets convincingly. Still beat them. So they don't have a good win on a record so far. I know it's still early. And playing this team on prime time in front of everybody, with this win streak, and then y'all in the same conference, Carl. So although the Clippers, they went farther than the Clippers, if they meet them in the playoffs, it's a different story. It's a different story. And it's possible in this loaded Western Conference. Don't forget the Lakers were the 7th seed last year. The Clippers were the 5th seed last year, right? 5th seed. So I think it's a big good win for them for their psyche. And plus how LeBron entered the game too, I thought it was good.
I think it's a good win, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it's a big deal. And to your point about playoffs and regular season, we know that's completely different basketball. I just remember 2016, I believe we either won the series against the Cavs in the regular season or tied the series against the Cavs in the regular season. Playoffs come, they swept us. First round, get us out of here. So it's just different in that situation. I get that they had an 11-game losing streak. You're tired of losing to these guys. Fine, good win. I just don't think it's a big deal. I think great win, good basketball win, good resume builder, but I just don't think it's a big deal in the larger scheme of things. Like again, if you don't have no championship aspirations for your team, then make it a huge deal. But you want better than that for your team. So that's why I don't think it's a big deal. You got to build on. You got to keep stacking wins. You got to get further in the playoffs. Now they beat the Clippers in the playoffs, huge deal. But this ain't that. This is just a regular season day 9 win.
I got you. So look, my bad, Tomo. I'm excited. I'm about to debate. like Carl agree. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm ready to debate. All right, look. So Carl, that Detroit team you talking about like who's the superstar on that team? Nobody. Who the dude that was checking LeBron James the whole series? What's his name? What's Cuz's name? With the
probably Stanley Johnson, if I remember correctly.
Stanley Johnson, bro. Like, come on. Like, really? When did Blake? No, Blake Griffin went there. Was he? Was
no,
it
that was
Drummond.
It was Drummond, KCP, Stanley Johnson. I'm having
I mean,
check engine light came on.
They could beat the Lakers 10 times regular season. We know they ain't beating them. They got no star power. Now, the Clippers, on the other hand, you can make a case that they actually are better than the Lakers. Like, you look at their roster versus first of all, look at the head coaches, Tyronn Lue and Darvin Ham. So you're telling me in the playoffs, who got the advantage? The Clippers, but then you got LeBron James. He's there too. All right. But for a star power, in the playoffs, when they know you know them, your stars got to arrive. I mean, you can make a case the Clippers got more star power with James Harden now, Westbrook, Paul George, and Kawhi. So that's why this win is good. So if they do meet them in the playoffs, they can always go back and be like, okay, we know we can beat them. Because first of all, they were down and they came back and they were fully healthy. I know James Harden wasn't there. They were fully healthy. Rui wasn't there. Rui wasn't there. They defender, I forgot his name. McDaniels, what's his name, right?
Jared Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt wasn't there. the backup point guard from Miami from last year. What's your boy name? The cornrows. He
Oh,
wasn't
Gabe
there.
Vincent.
Gabe Vincent wasn't there. They had people missing, and they still won that game. So yeah, it's a big deal.
So to just a small counterpoint, you could also argue the fact James Harden didn't play because he was traded. You can also argue the fact that their main guy, their core guys, the Batum, people might say I'm crazy for saying core, but these are really guys that help these stars along. Batum, Marcus Morris, Rocco at times, Terrence Mann was out. Those guys weren't there either. So yeah, you beat the Clippers, but they didn't beat a 100% Clippers team. And we don't know what this Clippers team is going to be with James Harden. It could be worse, could be better. We don't know. I know there's a real. I myself don't think that was a better move. I think it might have made it worse. So I just don't see it as a big deal. Like I said, great win, great resume builder, but in the larger scheme of things, it's just a win. I mean, maybe it's we finally got those guys, but if you're LeBron, do you really care?
I think he did.
He might.
Yeah.
He might. But if any other superstar was in that situation, would they honestly make it that big of a deal? Probably not.
So it was a big deal. LeBron played 40 minutes. And they just said 29, 31 minutes. That man said,
that's why I said I had to take that part. I had to take that back.
And you got to look at it from this standpoint too, right? Even if let's say LeBron James wasn't on that team, and like we're talking about the mental psyche of this team, look at what Anthony Davis did and D'Lo was doing, because we are in the NBA chat and we all know what's going on with D'Lo and how he's getting killed in the chats, right? So a game like this, you can always go back to your back pocket and be like, man, I remember we was down 20 to the Clippers, man. This is what got me to turn back on. Boom, it was this. And you also hear it in documentaries. It may just be, Instagram captions just to get people motivated, but they always say that. Remember that game in early December when we was down to the Clippers? They use that as just like something to build on. You also said it too, Carl. Stack more wins. This is how you do that. You get that 11-game monkey off your back, and now you go out and start trying to beat other teams. Right. Trust me, bro. As a Wizards fan, I think it was a big deal. We need to win a game. So, so I understand what you were saying. We won. Hey, first of all, okay, we're a young team. We're trying to get ourselves together. We're trying to figure it out. We beat. Look, that's sad.
They beat the Grizzlies. They beat the 0-5 Grizzlies.
Oh my, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, we got them. We got them.
Grizzlies are bad right now. But and also, I know people probably watching the show like Joe. You just said that the Bills are not going to remember a Week 9 game, but you're talking about the Lakers. You gotta remember the Clippers beat these dudes 11 times in a row. All right, this is different. Like this is an 11-game losing streak to the same team that share the same building as y'all. That's wow. The last time they beat them was in a bubble.
They had to leave the building to beat them.
So they haven't even beat them. I think they did beat them right before the bubble, right before the pandemic ended. They beat them.
It was 2016. It was a Christmas game.
I think Christmas. Pat Bev. Remember that still young on LeBron? That was on Christmas. No, they beat them. The Clippers beat them twice. The opening game and the Christmas game. The Lakers beat them, and then they beat the Bucks. I mean, they beat them and the Bucks the same weekend, and then the pandemic happened.
Man, that was a wild time. Look at that. That was 3 years ago.
Going
on 4 years
3.5, yeah, almost 4.
Maybe 3.5 years. Dang.
That's a long time. What I'm saying is, if you got higher aspirations, this win, while good, shouldn't be a big deal. It should be larger than a regular win, yes. But should it be a big deal? Nah. And
I know we were wrapping on this topic, but it's also a big deal because of what LeBron is doing at his age too. You know what I mean? Like 38, right? 38 years old, year 21, and the performance he put on in the fourth quarter. I mean, getting LeBron got the second plus minus on the team, right? I know who number one.
It ain't AD.
Somebody who ain't really getting burned. He got burned last game though. Christian Wood by far. He like a plus 70. LeBron plus 35, something like that. So when LeBron comes on, but the Lakers did a good job in the third quarter when LeBron got put on the bench. The bench came into their thing. So, but it was an awesome performance for age 38 LeBron.
Yeah, and I'm gonna close, like you said, Joe. You're gonna close it out, but you also want to say this. This is another big deal for those players because if they'd have lost to the Clippers again, someone's getting traded this year. LeBron said, "I'm getting too old for this, and I ain't got time for all this. We gonna figure it out stuff."
Somebody's still gonna get traded. They're gonna find a way to blame somebody other than Bron or get somebody out of there.
AD might be out of there, but
it ain't Bron's fault so far. Why they losing?
No, I'm just saying it always happens. It's a ritual.
Yeah,
That
the
is
third
true.
person.
Well,
Scapegoat, as they call him, right?
well, we're gonna hit this scapegoat right quick, man. Y'all check out this commercial break. We come right back, and after this commercial break, man, y'all already know what we got to talk about. We got to talk about the Cowboys versus the Eagles, man. We gonna figure out, man, who needs the bigger game. Is it Dak or is it Jalen Hurts? Y'all stick around and find out who we got.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Hey, producer, man, we gotta bring the counter back from the commercial break. The doop, doop. Yeah. Because normally you be catching everybody, we be looking up like, oh, we back on camera. But welcome back. Refuse to Lose has not gone off the air. We just took a commercial break. We're trying to show y'all how we elevating as a network. I'm telling you, if you go back and watch the first episode all the way up till now, you be like, man, progression. Meanwhile, talking about progression, you got an NFC East battle going on right now. You got the Eagles saying that they're the best team in the NFL record-wise. You got the Dallas Cowboys trying to figure out if they're actually a competing team in the NFC, or are they going to live up to Jerry Jones's did he have any expectations for this season? I don't think he had any expectations for this season because he didn't go out and make no trades. So, I mean, he could say we're a Super Bowl team, but you're the owner.
He's on trade on the deadline or period?
Yeah, at the deadline.
Hold on. We're just not gonna play to stop the cap. You don't think Jerry Jones don't have no expectations?
Cap.
I said high expectations.
You don't think he has high?
Super Bowl.
Hold on. First of all, I said came out and set expectations for this season. Came out and said it. Y'all know Jerry quick to jump in the media and be like, this is a Super Bowl team. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I haven't heard it. If y'all heard it somewhere, let me know.
Didn't he say he thinks to win the Super Bowl with Dak?
Oh, he didn't say that.
That's because they're trying to sign him back for the extension. That don't have to be this year.
Bro, come on. Go ahead, Tomo. Go ahead.
What? All right, I want to win a ring with Lamar Jackson. That don't mean it got to be this year.
Got Super Bowl aspirations.
But that don't mean it's this year, though.
Nah, this year they got to win. Super Bowl bust.
Anyway.
That's where Lamar Jackson is at. Right, Carl?
I'm AFC Championship bust, but a lot of us are Super Bowl bust.
But that's really Cowboys expectations, like NFC Championship game.
Which is high. That's like the game before the biggest game.
Well, for me, it's Super Bowl or bust. That's why that's why I brought up Jerry. For me, it's Super Bowl or bust because you got $60 million on your quarterback who you really not sure on. Technically, you need to be, but with a $60 million cap hit coming up, you need to win something soon. You got people out here with younger quarterbacks and they're just building a team around them. Anywho, we got to talk about who needs to have the bigger game. Is it Dak or Jalen Hurts? Clearly, just off the opening montage that we just had, I guess it's Dak, right? Super Bowl or bust. I mean, you got $60 million cap hanging over your head. You got Trey Lance as your third quarterback. Your GM not going to get extra weapons for you to actually make some noise. Meanwhile, your two rivals going out and adding more pieces. Everyone says that the 49ers are better than you. And what they go do? They went and added Randy Gregory, and they went and added Chase to go help with that pass rush. You say the people are saying that the Eagles are a better team than you. What did they go do? They say, all right, we're going to go get Kevin Byard. We're going to add to our secondary to make sure that we can lock some things down because Bradbury isn't the best in the slot. We are missing our slot corner. So we're going to go add some help. We're going to go get a box safety or someone who can check deep down the field. That's what it is. Now, I can come on here and spew all the stats about Dak Prescott against the Eagles. I can give y'all the 8-3s. I can give you the 4-1s against the in the last 5 games. I can tell you that Dak has 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions against this team. And that sounds like a turnover quarterback to me? Not really. But the reason why I say this game, who needs to have the bigger game, is Hurts, is because I'm lying. It's Dak. The deck is built against you, bro. You're already coming out saying crazy stuff in the press conferences about people pouring honey on you if you see it because it's poking the bear. You already see all the stats and stuff that I named against you. So you're in. The ball is in your court. You have the winning hand. You should be favored to win this game. Also, there are Eagle fans that'll come on here and be in the comments saying y'all never beat the Eagles when we had a better team than y'all. Y'all always beat us when we had the worst team. So now you clearly do have a better team. You have better weapons. You have a better I can't say you have a better defense because Sam Howell put up 400 yards. If Sam Howell can put up 400, Dak, then you need to put up 400. So technically, Dak needs to have the bigger game. Joe.
I'm going with Hurts. Hurts has to have a better game for the Eagles to win against y'all. Dak could win this game by being just average. I mean, he's done it multiple times this year. More than that, right? But Jalen Hurts has to play well for them to win because y'all defense has just been better than the Eagles this year so far. You look at y'all, the Cowboys defense, right, ranked 3rd in passing, while the Eagles are 7th to last in passing yards allowed. All right. The Cowboys are 4th in points allowed, while the Eagles are 19th in points allowed. The Cowboys are 6th in takeaways, right? I mean, Ron Blank got 3 pick sixes already. And the Eagles, last year they were good, but this year they're 19th. So the Cowboys defense has done a lot more for Dak versus Hurts defense has done for him. Hurts has to do a lot more, even with the bum knee he has. All right. The Cowboys, they have the highest pressure rate in the league right now. The highest. They blitz the 6th most in the NFL right now. Jalen Hurts against pressure, QB rating is 80.2 with 5 interceptions. So he's going to have a bigger challenge. He's going to have to play good for them to win. Because if Hurts doesn't play well, the Eagles are not winning this game. But the Cowboys can win this game without that being awesome. So I'm gonna say it's Hurts.
All right, so it's on me. My original thinking is Dak, and I took a different approach than Joe. I went the approach of the running games situation. The Eagles' running game has been sporadic at best lately, but we know that the Eagles, when they are on, they can run the football with the best of them. The Cowboys this year really hasn't shown me they can run the ball effectively beside like one game. So if the Eagles can get it going on the ground, then Jalen Hurts, while he has been playing spectacular, he can play average. We've seen him play average and win playoff games because the running game was so effective. Dak, I feel like Dak, he's going to have to show up every week because, again, the run game hasn't been that effective. I believe Jalen Carter should be back for the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a plug up the middle right there for that defense. Tony Pollard, again, I think he's a change of pace back. Didn't make a trade for running back, so he's now still your workhorse, which I don't think is a great thing for the Cowboys. So with that being said, I just think Dak, because of a lack of a running game, has to play better than Jalen Hurts if they want to win.
And Carl, I like what you said yesterday. When they asked who got hurt, I think the question was who messed up by not making a trade yesterday, and you threw out the Cowboys. And the reason why is because of that running back situation. And that, again, that's what I mean by being handheld by your GM/owner, where it's like, you need this. A running back will make a change. Like, you don't have to go get Henry. You can go get somebody that can help. Like I said, I threw out Miles Sanders. There's running backs out here that can be your bell cow. So Pollard can come in and be that change of pace, because you clearly see that was the 1-2 punch between him and Zeke. Like, Zeke would come in, get you 1, 2, maybe 3 yards, and then Pollard would tire out the D-line, and then boom, Pollard will run for maybe 40, maybe a touchdown. Another thing that needs to happen is, Vaughn said it as well, if you get Pollard back in the actual receiving game, so now that's an extra threat. we really gonna see. And the Eagles' run defense is top notch. Like you really can't run on them. And for Dallas to have an issue with running the ball, you're gonna have to throw it. But you got to think Bradbury, Byard, Slay, Blankenship. Meanwhile, you have Cooks, Gallup, CD. CD can separate. Meanwhile, Cooks and Gallup, at times they have issues separating. So it's just really gonna be like Dak, Ferguson. That's why he kind of needs to have the bigger game.
I don't know, man, because I mean, it's not like the Eagles have been, like you said, have been running the ball pretty good lately. You know, last 3 games against the Jets, they had 80 rushing yards total. Against Miami, they had 99 rushing yards. Against us last week, they had 59 rushing yards. So they haven't really been really great and running the ball as of lately. They've been throwing the ball a lot more as of lately. That's another reason. And also another reason why, I mean, they do have a good run defense, but a part of it is they have a secondary ain't great. So people pass on them. When you play the Eagles, you're going to throw the ball a million times because their secondary is weak. Bradbury's playing terrible this year. Right? For those who don't know, no, last year he was all pro. He played good last year. Last year he played good. He had his moments, Super Bowl, but he's been bad this year. I mean, last week against us, he was getting cooked all over the Eagles. Yeah, so
I don't like that line. Go ahead, Joe. Finish with
he's right that they have been abandoning the run, but they haven't been averaging a lot of carries per run either. Should I read that numbers also? Against the Jets, averaging 3.6 yards per carry. Against Miami, 2.9 yards per carry. Against us, 2.7 yards per carry. So they abandon the run because they can't run. Kind of like what people do when they play Philly. Like they run a few times, they start throwing it. Oh, it's not throwing it much easier. They try to run again. 2 yards. 2 yards. They try to throw it again. 30 yards. Dang. You know what? Let's start throwing the ball more. All right. So that's what people do when they play Philly. So, and Dallas is not only having a running attack anyway. So Dallas is not going to live and die by the run anyway, right? So what Dallas do, they feed on their defense. Their defense does well. They give them extra opportunity, give them good field position, and they make it count. So I'm going to say it's going to be Hurts. Hurts has to have a better game than Dak. He has to. If Dak have a better game than Hurts, they're going to lose. Point blank.
Yeah, so I said the Eagles' run game has been sporadic at best. So by saying that, I was saying it hasn't been really good lately. But what I was saying was if I remember in the beginning when it was effective, it's effective. Now, you read the Eagles, the 3.6 and everything. Dallas, from what I just looked up, gives up 4.1 yards a carry. Let me double check that. Yeah, they give up 4.1 yards a carry. The golden standard in the NFL is 4. We know the Eagles can break runs. And I'm not saying that Dallas has a bad run defense. No, my main thing was, again, more so on Dallas's run offense. The run offense has not been good. I don't even know if it's been subpar this year. Tony Pollard has hit 100 yards once all year. I just don't think that I don't think if Dak plays average and the run game isn't there, they will win. So Dak will have to do more to match that run game if they want to beat Philly.
Let me ask you a question. When you have a complete game, right? That's all 3 phases. That's special teams, defense, and offense, right?
There's no offense and defense. It's a defense.
Well, either way, that's a team, right? That makes a team. So if all 3 phases are playing at an elite level, then you can't come up and be like, oh no, that's because your defense took the ball away and scored points. Oh no, that's because you got a block punt and they scored. And your offense really didn't have to do much. That's a complete team, right? So technically, I kind of see what Joe was going with. Is like that can be average because if Dallas defense shows up the way they've been showing up against lesser opponents, and not to say that the Rams are a lesser opponent, because they're dealing with some things right now as far as just on the offensive side. Their quarterback got banged up. They still got 2 great wide receivers in Puka and Kupp. So that's not lesser. When you think of the Giants, of course, in that situation. But when Dallas defense shows up and takes the ball away, it makes life easier for Dak. So he can play somewhat average, if that's what you want to call it. It's more so just maintaining the game because that's what Jalen was doing last year with the Eagles. Our defense can take the ball away. We can run the ball and maintain time of possession. So therefore, I don't have to do too much, just maintain the game. This year, the Eagles have been turning the ball over a lot. They're not maintaining the time of possession the way they used to. Technically, when they do run the ball, the reason why it's been sporadic is because Swift needs a break. anytime Gainwell was in there, and I say it all the time, that's a wasted run. Swift is the running back for them. Like, they just need to make sure they got oxygen every time he's on the sideline or pass the ball when he's on the sideline. Like, don't waste a rep by giving the ball to Gainwell. Kev's going to come in the chat and be like, well, you can run on Dallas. Teams just abandon the run. No, they don't. That means your team stopped them from running the ball and forced them to pass it. When your team is down, you're just going to keep running the ball. You're down 3 scores, so you're just going to keep running it? No, you're going to have to pass at some point. So for me, I still think it has to be Dak, though, because if our defense don't show up, then it's all on him.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example. This example of a game to me is the Chargers and Cowboys. If the run game is like the Chargers and Cowboys, and that game is low scoring, like 20-17, which I don't think the Eagles will be that low in scoring, the Cowboys are in trouble. Dak played a good game, no question, but he's going to have to do more than what he did against the Chargers to beat the Eagles, and this is why I say Dak needs to have the better game.
If we can go ahead, Joe. I know you about to say.
Wait.
I would say if our run defense shows up the way it did against the Chargers, the Eagles don't stand a chance.
Yeah, the Eagles, man, they rush defense. Hold on. Here we go. They rush defense, right? All right, you said the standard is what, Carl?
Go to standards 4. They give up 3.8.
So in the first 3 weeks, they were pretty good on average. First 3 weeks, 3.5, 3.1, 2.4. Then they gave up 3.8 yards per carry, 3.9, 4.2, 3.8, and against us, 5.3. People just don't run the ball on them, though. We had 16 attempts, 12 attempts, 21, 14, 17. People just don't run the ball against Philly because they pass defense hasn't been great. They throw the ball more. So that's why I think they got the number 1 rush defense, So, and like I said, Dallas is not a team that's going to be handing the ball off the pile time to time, So they're going to be moving CD around in the slot, and they're going to be throwing the ball to the tight ends and CD and the Brandon Cooks. So, and Gallup. So I think like that, like I said, that could be average and they can still win. But Jalen Hurts going to have to ball out because Jalen Hurts been balling out and they've been squeezing out victories. Think about that. He balled out against us, squeezed out a victory, balled out against the Dolphins. I mean, you can say he kind of squeezed it out. The defense played pretty good, but he still had to do his part. The run game wasn't awesome against the Dolphins. So the first time he played on the run game was awesome. He balled out, no turnovers, overtime field goal, and he balled out. So he's going to have to play better. He's going to have to.
I think what teams fail with Philadelphia with the run game is they try to run it up the middle when they got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter in the game.
Offense.
Like you got 2 refrigerators right there and you trying to run it straight up the gut. Now, like I said, if Brandon Graham's on the outside, just run the ball to the outside. If Hassan Reddick is right there, nah, because if you go back and watch our game, Joe, what happened? Every time y'all bounced to the outside and Graham was right there, what was he doing? Chasing. But if Hassan Reddick was there, it was a dead play. I'm just trying to tell y'all these things, man. People tell me go watch the film. I watch the film. I come back and give y'all the analysis, and then they be upset by what I come back with. Like Forbes getting killed by A.J. Brown. But, hey, he balling out, right? Rookie cornerback. To what Carl was saying about that Chargers game, we allowed 2.3 yards. If you can hold the Eagles to 2.3 yards and find a way to contain A.J. Brown, you'll win in that game.
Yeah, man. Let's get it, man. Sunday. Let's go. Sunday, 4:24.
Hey, look, that Chargers game, y'all were a couple Brandon Staley dumb decisions to go for it away from losing.
That was, Mike McCarthy, dumb decisions too. It can go both ways. That's true. It can go both ways.
That's true.
And with the Dolphins, if the Eagles don't turn the ball over, I think they blow them out at the rate in which that homecoming game was. That game was turned up. Let me stop, man.
But the Dolphins missing like 2 or 3 offensive linemen.
They missing both of their all-pro corners.
All-pro corners, bro. They earned that win because we still picked them to lose. But
Facts.
It's kind of like, dang,
I think you got a Cowboy and a Raven up here who both their cornerbacks is out, man. You don't see us talking about injuries, so I don't try to bring it up as much.
We straight. We actually healthy there.
Oh, Humphrey's back?
Humphrey been back. I don't know if he's off the pitch count, but he been back.
Oh, all right, cool then. So let's get out of here, Joe, man, before Nick Sirianni Jr. go crazy in the comments.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Great show. Let's get these last words in. All right. First off, Commanders, season is not over. We are literally like 1 game out of wild card. That's it. 1 game. 1 game. We're behind like the Vikings, the Rams. The Rams started off 3-0. They now 3-4. Just in case y'all ain't forget, not Rams, the Bucks. They were 3-0. Now they're 3-4. All right, so we're behind the Rams. It's not the Rams, the Bucks, the Rams, the Vikings, the Packers. We can pass all them dudes. All right, so we still in the hunt. All right. So Commanders, I'm still watching. Let's get it. Sacramento, Fox, get that ankle better, man. Call wifey out. Hey, get some icy hot on that joint, whatever. Carl, you the guy know about the injuries. Get that joint right, man. Get it right. Because we need you. We lost to the Warriors yesterday. I mean, it was a low scoring game. It's messing up our average. We got to make 127 this year. 127 per game. Let's go. Hashtag swipe MVP season. We need you. But I'm excited about everything. Shout out to everybody on the network. Carl, Coach, Teddy, Tomo Dave, of course. Right. And then we got some new stuff dropping, y'all. And stay tuned. I'm excited about the new stuff. All right. And this network is growing. 1,000 subscribers, y'all, around the corner. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That's what I got for y'all. Like the bean.
Hey, Joe, we gotta do the quick news. It is Thursday. We gotta talk about who we're gonna pick.
Oh yeah,
that's why I like this.
Yeah, Steelers versus Titans. So who you got? Carl, go ahead. We're just gonna be real quick.
It pains me to say, but I got the Steelers winning tonight at home. Y'all know I'm not the biggest Will Levis fan. Now Will Levis has to go against the Steelers. He's a rookie. He has to go against Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Yeah, I just don't see it panning out well for the Titans tonight. Give me the Steelers.
Man, my man toe hurt, so we gonna really see, man. I'm going with the Steelers though. D-Hop finally happy he got another quarterback that's just gonna throw him the ball, but I'm going with the Steelers. Joe?
Yeah, I got the Steelers.
Yes, let's go Titans.
I agree with everything Carl said though.
Look, man, we not the big letter networks. We don't cause jinxes over here, all right? When everybody do a clean sweep. Right? But you never know.
And also I want to say rest in paradise to Bob Knight. He died yesterday. It was nice yesterday. Carl, I know you're the college guy. Anything you want to, say about I know good thing about him is the people he developed along his way. And we all know about the main dude he developed, Coach K. Arguably the greatest college coach in NBA history. I'm sorry, college basketball history. So, Carl, I know anything you want to say about him? I know you're the CTC guy. You're the college guy.
Rest in peace, Bobby Knight. Great career at Indiana. I mean, obviously, things didn't end the way he wanted to there, but great career there. Had coached guys like Isaiah Thomas. I think he coached Mike Woodson, I believe. Just great. I think he got championships at Indiana, so great career at Indiana. Rest in peace. We lost a legend, college basketball coaching legend.
Okay.
Want to get your last words, Carl?
Oh, okay. I'll go next. Ravens 6-2, top of the division. I'm excited there. Pistons dropped a terrible game last night to Portland. Cade was he had 30, but hey, look, the 6 turnovers. I can't even say uncharacteristic. This Pistons team is high in turnovers. We have to cut it out. We are professional basketball players, fellas. Can't keep doing this stupid stuff. Got to take care of the basketball. Main reason why we lost last night. MSU basketball is around the corner. Tune in tomorrow. Probably going to have a special segment about MSU basketball tomorrow.
Okay.
And MSU football, let's just keep fighting because season's almost up and I ain't got to watch out no more.
It's painful, right?
I'm fighting for my life.
Hey, I do want to say I'm proud of Carl. He been tuning into the Pistons. He been watching the Pistons. Carl normally, well, never mind. That's what.
Yeah. I got me for 5 days and then I'm out of here.
Which is cool for me because guess what? I'm still gonna make sure I watch our games. It don't matter. You keep talking about historical losses and the Pacers just got blown out by 50, but yet nobody want to talk about that.
Woo!
You shouldn't be putting check engine lights in the chat.
Look, man, that's y'all name.
See, and that's why I go at you.
It's okay, man. I told you, man. Every time I say what I love about Detroit, you get upset.
Tubi is trash.
No, it's not, man. Anyway, look, that's my last words. For all the directors out there who make Tubi movies, man, if y'all need a cast, look, Refuse to Lose Network is here. Carl don't mean what he's saying. Y'all can play. Look, I'm telling you, just start. We could be in the background. Y'all just gotta pay us. That's all I'm saying. Y'all just gotta pay us. That's it. And to the Cowboys, man, look, keeping the main thing. I had opinion. What is it? People had opinions. I don't even know the quote right now, but look, I'm tired of quoting everybody. For all the folks that understand what I was doing in the chats, is the Eagles have been getting on my nerves since we started these chats. They keep posting their quarterback with these captions, and I just wanted them to see how it felt. Every time you post some negativity, I'm gonna post a quote. That's just what it is. And Dak, it's time to show him, man. Put up or shut up. Not even just Dak. Parsons, Podcast P, Podcast Parsons, or whatever nickname they got for you now. Stop doing this show, and when it's time to show up on these primetime games, even though it's Sunday at 4 p.m., but the whole world gonna be watching. So it's time for you to step it up, Bucko.
All right.
That's all I got for y'all.
And before we leave out, let me just let's just oh no, you already did it. I think so. We have no. All right, you said all the superstar members correctly.
Yep.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. Then he's one of the Pistons.
Yeah,
That's all we have for y'all.
Look,
Hold up. I know I ain't reading this.
He said we're gonna make sure they say this.
I said it low, but then he said, "Nah, I got the 199." So shout out to Donnell with the 199 super chat. Pistons trash.
I'm still waiting on Wemby to go crazy.
Man, talk to Pop.
And nah,
Don't get that man involved at all. But we're gonna talk Wemby another day, man. I be irritated watching this price. Warren, talk to your boy Pop.
Games. Wemby ain't even got 25 yet. Cade MIP.
All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.